Okay, so let's continue to our second video. I hope you found the first video helpful, entertaining at the same time. Yeah, and I hope there's no dogs outside. It's really noisy at this time because it's 9 p.m. and they're still noisy. Okay, so yeah, let's continue. Number 26. Number 26. So if you don't know where the electromagnetic EMR spectrum in the Paris, this is something that I can share with you. It's found in figure 17.34 in the 8th edition of your Paris. You can see that the answer is letter B. Yeah. Okay, number 27. Okay, ideal surface that absorbs all incident radiation, and you can I remember this one time we have these birthday greetings in our Facebook page, in the JP Che Facebook page. So there was one student that really not doesn't have a fair skin. Okay, so she has a darker complexion, which is really beautiful. But what we have found in the greetings, because that that she has an emissivity of 1. I don't know. Only physicists or gun and radiation can understand that, because the answer to this question is a black body. Perfect emitter and perfect absorber. Okay, yeah, absorbs all incident radiation. It's a black body. It has an emissivity of 1. Okay, number 28. So number 28. So you have, actually you can read this, diba, in the page 5-16 sa inyong Paris. Okay, so please read this. There I got all my answers to this type of mga law, diba? Yung law, siya, Kirchhoff law, Stevens-Boltzmann, Young's law, Planck's law. Okay, just read it there. You can find the answer to these questions. Yeah. So number 28, it's Wien's law. I prefer Wien's law. Yeah. Number 29, yeah, please read it there. It's letter C. And then number 30, it's letter B. Okay? And yeah. Theoretical body where the absorptivity and emissivity are independent of the wavelength over the spectral region of the irradiation, and the surface emission is called, it's a gray body daw. Okay, gray body na siya, black body, gray body na siya. Yeah, that's a definition guys. That's a definition. I don't have to explain it to you. Okay? Yeah, that's number 31. That's letter B. Number 32, thermal lump analysis may be applied if, okay, lump analysis meaning you don't have to account for one mode of transmission of heat. Diba? We have 3 modes of transmission. We have virus modes of transmission. Okay, we have conduction, convection, and radiation. Diba? And we don't have a radiation here, so we are dealing only with convection and conduction. So thermal lump analysis may be applied if, number 32, the conductive resistance is very small compared to the convective resistance. So yeah, that's one trivia or one fact for you to know. Yeah. Number 33, it's heat transferred by the radiation between the two walls is decreasing answer, decreasing sheet of negative, it's decreasing. Number 34, among the gases listed is transparent to gas radiation. Okay, so meaning does gas radiation? I don't know what gas radiation is. But the answer to that is oxygen. Okay. Okay. Number 35. Okay. Number 35. Stage with the rate of bubble formation increases so that the velocity of circulation increases and heat flux Q and delta T also increases is referred to as, this is nucleate boiling. Number 36. Okay, view factor. Okay, view factor is not something that was not taught to us in college and also in the review. But I've asked Ma'am Lara May Lumbres to help me answer these questions, and she gladly helped me. So I really thank Ma'am Lara May Lumbres in helping me solve these problems. Okay, so view factor. View factor F21 of a sphere, so diameter inside a cubical box, 2 of length d is, so let's solve that. So we have a formula di. So let's draw the figure. Okay, so we have a sphere inside a cubical box. Okay, so we have A1 here, A1, and then we have A2. Okay, so the surface area of that part is A1, and then we have a view factor F12. Okay, F12 we don't know, but can assign it 1, diba? And what we are finding is F2 on 1. Okay, so we have this formula. F2 on 1 is A2, then we have F1 on 2, A1. Okay, so we have, in order to find F21, diba? F21 just transpose A2 the other side, so divide by A2, and then F12 is 1, diba? And then what is the surface area or area, diba? Area of that projected area, diba? If this is a sphere, diba? This is a sphere. We have a projected area, diba? Kini area. What is that area? That's a circle, diba? So it's pi. I don't know. Pi d squared. And then we have your okay, pi d squared. I feel awful now. Okay, pi d squared, because this guys, this length, diba, is equal to the diameter of the sphere. Okay, the side length of the cubical box is equal to the diameter of the sphere. Okay, and so this D2 is essentially L2. Then we have the diba? Surface area of a surface area sa cube 6 spaces, diba? It's 6L squared. Okay, so cancel na siya. You have pi over 6 na bilin. Okay, pi over 6 na bilin, so that's 0.524. Yeah, not really the best explanation, but will do. This number 37, she really helped me also in this. So we have to use this diagram that's found in, this is figure 5-15 in your Paris 8th edition. Okay, so we have the ratio, diba? Ratio. Distance center to center, distance of the bank, so 2 inch na outer diameter tubes in the furnace is 6 inches. Okay, triangular center, so let's draw that. So you have triangles, so you have tubes there. So example, these are the tubes, diba? So to help you, this is the radiating plane. Kini radiating plane. So you have from center to center niya is 6 inches. So kini siya 6 inch gihapon, and this is also 6 inches. Okay, and then you have a bank of 2 inches. Okay, so ang iyang ratio niya kini center to center distance over tube diameter. Okay, so ang ratio na to is 6, di ba? Center to center distance is 6 over tube diameter is 2. You have 3. Okay, so you have this 3. Kini siya 3. And then what line do we use? Okay, what line do we use? I don't know. Okay, but Ma'am Lara told me that we have to use number 5, and what she told me is that it was on her notes, okay, and she doesn't remember why she put it number 5. She doesn't also remember the explanation, but number 5, okay, total to 1 row when only 1 is present. Okay, ini 1 row, or total to 1 row when only 1 is present. So kini siya projected to the left, and then you will have 0.7 something. Yeah, 0.71. So 30. Yeah, that's my best to explain the view factor. Okay, number 38 is a bit exciting. Diba? Reynolds analogy applies. This is in your Paris, in your Paris chapter 6. Diba? If you have a table there, I'm gonna put that here in the 10, the table. So you have that there in your Paris chapter 6. I'll just flash it on the screen, the table, because I forgot where I where to get this, but the Reynolds analogy is something like this. Okay, so Reynolds analogy is something like this. AC V average, and then you have H, CP, and G. So Reynolds analogy is something like, diba, we have in the momentum transfer, we have fanning friction factor, okay? And then in the mass transfer, you have this one-way or equimolar counter-diffusion coefficient, or one-way diffusion coefficient, diba? So that's Kc. Kini siya. And then fanning friction factor is F for the momentum transfer, and then you have the convection in the coefficient, diba? In your convection, ini letter H, the mass transfer. So it relates. So it doesn't need you to so what do you call this? To find it very difficult. In, diba, if example in finding F, diba, fanning friction factor, you have to find the velocity, you have to find the density, and you have to find the Reynolds number, diba, to plot in the Moody chart and then project it to the left, and you will get the fanning friction factor, diba? But if you use this, if you got the fanning friction factor, you can get the mass transfer coefficient Kc, and you can get now the heat transfer coefficient H in heat transfer. So it's not powerful, but Reynolds analogy is limited. Okay, it's limited. It's limited to the Prandtl number. So your Prandtl number must be equal to 1. So NPR is equal to 1, and then you have your Schmidt number, NSC, Schmidt number is equal to 1. So it's limited. Okay, so it has to meet this criteria for you to use the Reynolds analogy. Okay, so we have to find the heat transfer coefficient H, di ba? Yung H din na. So, flowing inside a 2-inch ID. Oh, yeah. A 2-inch smooth horizontal straight pipe. So, it's simple now. Well, we don't have to find the E epsilon over D in the Moody chart. Okay, at the velocity of 4 feet per second, average temperature of 78 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, so we have to get the Reynolds number man to find the fanning friction factor, diba? So what can we use is kini siya and kini siya nga term. Okay, so let's simplify. CP, the ICP is the heat capacity, diba? Heat capacity, and G is the mass flux. Okay, mass flux G. So let's make this simpler. So CPG F over 2. Yun. So you have to find the Reynolds number first. So N re. So magtanim ID B rho over mu. So we are given the temperature man, diba? So just find it, find the density and the viscosity of the water at temperature 78 degrees Fahrenheit. So you know that where to find that. It's in the steam table or in the Jankoff list. So, but I advise you to use your Paris. So we have 2 over 12, and then we have 4, and then we have 62.22. This is pound mass per cubic feet, and then 6 point. This is a conversion factor. So I taught you this in the another video, the previous video, and this is the this is in CP in CP. So to convert it to LBM per feet per second, so multiply it by 6.72 times 10 to the negative 4. Okay, so you get 69,597. Okay, so plot in the Moody chart, and then you will get pretty close to 0.005. Okay, and then CP of the water, CP of the water is 1 BTU per LBM per degrees Fahrenheit, and then your G is just velocity times the density. Okay, so 4 times 62.22 will get 248.88 LBM per square feet per second. If you transform that to per hour, just multiply it by 3,600 and get 195,968 LBM per square feet per hour. Yan. Then just substitute everything here. Substitute everything here. The units are fine. You can get 2238 BTU per hour per square foot per degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, that's 30. Okay, that's quite challenging problem, but yeah, Ma'am Lara taught us that. So number 39 is a bit challenging, but nothing too hard. So just have to use this formula. So this is the general formula there. Just read the problem there. Then you have R, K, and then I got this from McCabe. This because it's simple. It's simple. This formula is simple, and if you want to use the inside, you just replace this with I. Okay? Ini lang siya. Just replace that with I if you want the inside the coefficient. Okay? So yeah. So we are to find the UO. So overall heat transfer coefficient based on the outside area. Okay? So that's why we are using UO. Diba? So we have HI and HO. Okay? And then we have K. So we are to find the UO. So where can you find this? 3/4 inch 14 BWG Bingham wire gauge. That's Bingham wire gauge. BWG condenser tube. Okay, you can find that in table, or did I find that? Table 11-12 in your 8th ed Paris. Okay, just yeah, you can find that there. So we need to find this, diba? So DO there is the outer diameter. R, delta R is the thickness of the tube, the thickness of the tube. And then DLM is DI, diba, inside diameter. Then DLM is the logarithmic mean diameter. Okay, so I'll show you how to get that in this video also. Okay, so go to table 11-12 and you will find that your OD, outer diameter, or DO, is 0.75 inch, and your ID is 0.584 inch. Okay, and then your delta R is just the difference of this divided by 2, because they are in diameter. So but we are operating in SI, so multiply that by 0.0254 to get in meters. Ba? We will get 2.108 times 10 to the negative 3 meter. Okay? Then, DLM. So this is your DO, DI, DLM is the logarithmic mean diameter. So, it's DO, it's DI over ln DO over DI. That's how simple it is to get. It's 0.75, 0.54 over ln 0.75, 0.584. Okay? Yan. So, you will get 0.6635 inch. Yun. So, actually, let's substitute everything to find a UO. So, I'm multiplying DO here. Right? So, we have DO, HI, DI plus R, DO, K, DLM plus 1 over HO, because DO cancels. Yeah. So 1 over UO is equal to 1 over HI. Yeah. So we have 20, and then 0.75 over 0.584 plus 2.108 times 10 to the negative 3, then over 0.12, because it's in watts, so converting everything to kilowatt, divided by 1000, 0.75, 0.6635 plus 1 over 35. Okay? Then you will get UO 8.9 kilowatt per meter squared per Kelvin. Yeah, it's basically 8.9. Okay. Number 40, semi-infinite solid in heat conduction is one where only conduction on one side affects the temperature. Yeah. Number 41, 2-4 shell tube heat exchanger means there are, okay, so this is really confusing, but you have to remember that the first number is the shell and the second number is the tube. That's easy. That's how easy it is to remember. So answer is letter C. Number 42. Okay, number 42. So we have a double pipe counter current heat exchanger from the temperatures. Yeah, largest temperature range. So the temperature range we are finding here in the heat exchanger is, let's draw it so you can see the temperature profile of the double pipe counter current exchanger. Okay, so we have 100. Yeah. So in the above, this represents the hotter fluid. Okay, the hotter fluid, and then below is the colder fluid being heated. Okay, so that's 60 degrees Fahrenheit to 75 degrees Fahrenheit. So that's counter current heat exchanger. So co-current, it looks like this. Yeah, it looks like that. So this is 120, then 100. This is 75, and then this is 60. Okay, so that's how co-current or parallel double pipe heat exchanger temperature profile looks like. Okay, so now we will have to find the temperature range. Okay, range is actually the same side. Okay, so 120 minus 100. Okay, and then 75 minus 60. So range. Okay, so it's 120 minus 100, that's 20, or 75 60, that's 15, diba? We are going to find the largest temperature range, so that's 20. Yeah, so 20, letter B. Okay, number 43, smallest temperature approach. Okay, the heat exchanger. So approach is kini 160 and 120 and 75. Okay, the ones that are okay, I don't know what the proper English word to that is. Okay, so ito mag-atbang. So range, so approach, temperature approach, ba? Temperature approach. So what is the biggest here? So we have 120 minus 75 or 100 minus 60. So just subtract, ba? So this is 45 and then this is 40. So obviously this is the biggest, ba? Biggest, and this is the smallest temperature approach. So the smallest temperature approach is number 43. Smallest temperature approach is letter C. That's letter C. Number 44. Okay, same setup, but we have to find the logarithmic mean temperature difference. Okay, let's still use the same same setup. So it's you will be using the equation 11, 5A. So, so it's using temperature approaches ha. It's using temperature approaches. So, kini siya, kini siya. So, you have 45 minus 40 over ln 45 over 40. You'll get 42.5 degrees Fahrenheit. Yan, that's letter C, diba? And then number 45, air flowing in the annular space of the double pipe exchanger is being heated by a steam inside the inner pipe. So let's draw that. So this is the outer pipe, diba? So let's draw an inner pipe. Okay, so this is one. So mura ko na ni siya, diri is you have steam in the inner pipe, and then the annular side is air. Okay, air. So we have to find the U in the heat transfer equation should be based upon what fluid. Okay, is it the steam or in the air? Okay, so what did I say in the previous video, diba? The one that is for me, the one is most one that is most important is the material being heated, okay, or the fluid being heated, which is the air. So we just need to find the sentence that best describes the air in this case. Okay, so is it the outside area of the inner pipe, inside area of the outer pipe, inside area of the outer pipe, outside area of the inner pipe, inside area of the inner pipe, or it does not matter? Actually, so the outside area of the inner pipe, because that's where the air is. Okay, so that's it for this video. It's the practice test in the MRI reviewer is just 45 items. So yeah, we just finished very quickly. Okay, so please, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so, and then please ring the notification bell in your YouTube account, so that if every time I will upload a new video, you can watch it, and it's real time. Okay, you have that's what I'm asking. Yeah. Okay, so that's it for this video. And then, as you can see, I've been wearing this chemical engineering cap. It is something that I have gotten in the Subida 2018 chemical engineering. That's the fourth, I think. It's a fourth chemical engineering summit in the Piche JCM. I've been to Davao. Yeah, there. And this was what I have got there as a prize for winning the human bingo. Yeah. So that's it. So please like, share, and subscribe to your friends, and yeah, it's really a big help to this channel if you do so. Okay, so that's it. Bye. See you in the next video. So my next video is I think we are going to unit operations na, and I'm really excited the unit operation. So what's next in the heat transfer is, I think, evaporation. Okay, I have to check it. So it's evaporation, and it is a unit operation, and they're in the chemical engineering. Okay, bye.